Hi, I'm Carrie Toth. I'm the author of El Espíritu de Xólotl, and I'm a Spanish teacher in rural Southern Illinois. I am hosting a book club this February. We are going to read the book together, and we're going to do activities from the teacher's guide, and we're going to listen to the audiobook. And I'd love to invite you to join. And I know that the first question, as a teacher myself with a very small budget, I shouldn't complain. At my school, we get $50 per class section that we teach. So I teach 6 sections of classes, so I get $300 a year in my budget. But when you think about things like Gimkit and Bluekit and Senor Woolley and all of the things that we use as teachers, $300 doesn't go very far. And resources like readers, one of the things that we have done at my school, we don't use a textbook at this point. And a lot of the other departments still do. And when those departments adopt their text, they're on a cycle to adopt every 5 years. When those departments adopt their text, they're over $10,000 for the adoption of the textbooks. They're adopting just class sets where they have, the students don't leave the room with those texts, and then they have an online version of their text that the students all then have student access to. We don't ask for that. And so we have gone to the administration together as kind of a united front. There's 2 of us that are full-time, one that is part-time. And we have said, hey, we'd like to buy some readers. Our one part-time teacher is our department chair, and he has done a great job of saying, we're not really using textbook funds. Would you be willing to buy us some class sets of readers? And so on a couple of occasions, we have been able to. First, we expanded the number of readers that we had, and the second time, the 2 of the other Spanish teachers teach classes sometimes on the same class period. And even if they don't, they're very far apart. He is way down for Spanish 1. He's way down on the first floor. We're up on the far other end of the 3rd floor. So trading off, like having the students read, she and I share for Spanish 2 because we're 2 doors down from each other. So it's really easy to trade off books. But they are very far apart, so it's not as easy to share. So they actually now have their own separate class sets of the Spanish 1 readers. So sometimes that's a solution. Now, I know that's not a solution for everybody. So I would like to offer some other solutions that you might not, have thought of. There are some grants available. I know that we have an academic foundation, and we have written before a grant to get class sets of readers and even free reading library supplies. And that got us some of the extras. So look around and see what grants are offered in your area. Our electric cooperatives offer grants to teachers, and we can use those grants to purchase digital things, but we can also throw in some kind of a twist. Like sometimes it's like a backdoor way to get readers. Like I need these readers, but then I also need this subscription to this application so that we can use it. We'd like a subscription to Canva for the class because that way we can do this reader, and then we can make all kinds of little products on Canva. So whatever you have to do to kind of backdoor the readers in on a grant for something technological that goes along with it, like a Gimkit subscription or something along that line. Also, one solution, this is not my favorite. I do want to tell you, copyright wise, you can't take one reader and make copies on the copy machine for every student in class. That does break author copyright, no matter what resource, textbook to readers. And keep in mind, that's not me trying to be greedy. That's me saying I had to, pay for an artist, and I have to pay, other costs related to producing and maintaining readers. And so just asking to be honest about that part of it. But what you can do, if you can only have one copy, you could do document camera, where you lay the reader out on the document camera and you read it together on the screen. It's not my favorite way. It is a solution. If you want to participate in book club and you do not have the funds available to buy a class set of readers, absolutely take one book and use your document cam and share it on the screen. Sorry about that. 'Tis the season, right? uh, share it on the screen with students. The reason it is not my favorite is because when they have something in their hands, they're a little more attentive. Like they're accustomed in English class to when they're reading together, having a copy of a book to read together. So I do feel like it is valuable to have one in their hands, but I also know that reality says that funds are tight in school districts. So a document cam is a great way to use just one. What do you do if you want a class set and you just don't have, there's no grants available, there's no budget money available, your admin is not going to buy we don't get textbooks. They'll just say, well, the math department's had their textbooks since 1980, so they're not either. What do you say in that case? These are on Amazon, and I am ordering, like I'm going to be printing them myself now too, but I'm keeping them on Amazon because Amazon offers wish lists. And with an Amazon wish list, you're able to put 25 copies in your cart, and then you can share your wish list with other people. Be sure to share it on social media. Be sure to share it on your own. I have an aunt who likes to go around to any projects that I might have or that colleagues of mine that post and that I share. She will share out, or she will purchase things off their wish list. So there are people out there that are wanting to make a difference for teachers. So maybe make a little promo of yourself saying, hey, I want to participate in this book club. Would you help me buy copies of the class set for my class? And if you need 25 for your class set and 15 people that are on your friends list help you out, just help me out for $12 and buy one book. By the time that you get to, well, you'll get a lot of packages in the mail, but also by the time you get to the end, you'll have a whole class set of readers, and then you can use them every year in perpetuity to do book club with us in February. So just a few little tips and tricks and ways that maybe you can find the funding to grab a class set of books, or maybe a workaround if you need to use a document camera this year as you get started. If you buy 25 or more books on Amazon, just send me like a little screenshot of your purchase, and I will make sure that you get the teacher's guide and the audiobook added in for free. If it's less than that, again, it is not that I'm trying to be greedy. I had to pay the artists to do the audio recording, and I have to pay to upkeep and get, not translations. I have to pay to get editing and stuff done. Like it's a costly process to put out a reader on my own. And so I do have to, continue to try and sell them. But if you get a class set, I do want to thank you for, going through the hoops that I know that you're having to jump through right now to get a class set. But I really hope that you'll read along with us, whether it's the first class reader you've ever done or the 500th class reader you've ever done. I hope that you see kind of a process and how to read a reader together with your students, and also kind of learn some new games or activities or tips and tricks to reading together. Thank you so much for listening. Hope to see you in book club this February. Sign up at the link down below.